Now we're live. I'm gonna be like this the whole time. I don't want nobody to see my gray. I mean, I could just shave it, really. I mean,
you could. But what fun is that?
Maybe we're too. Is this thing too tall? Is this?
No, tilt it more.
No, I mean, well.
You think it's too tall? We should bring it down some.
Maybe a little bit.
There we go.
That's better.
There we go.
Is it gonna stay that way?
Yeah. We don't bump the table. Tyrone.
Stop bumping the table.
Bam,
bam, bam, bam, bam, bam, bam. Well, welcome back to the KJ from OC podcast. Kevin Young, I'm glad you're here because, well...
We were talking all day, so...
Oh, you and Kevin?
On Facebook.
Oh, okay.
All day.
That's the homie. What y'all talking about?
Food. Getting rid of this gut. Right, Kevin?
Are y'all Facebook friends?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
That's the homie.
Getting rid of the gut, getting rid of the headaches, the backaches, turning 40. Lactose intolerance, getting rid of that.
Yeah, I just had me a, what did I just have? I had a
white
hot chocolate.
Dennis?
White hot chocolate. Dennis and I go way back to before I was drinking yet. Well, actually I was drinking, I just wasn't using my ID. He was the bouncer at a bar in like 1998. No, it's 97, 98. I got funny stories about Dennis.
97.
97, I was 20.
Was I drinking?
It was like this. Actually, it was like the spring of '98, and I was using someone else's ID. The summer '98.
Yeah, 98. I was. What's up?
Before I was
98.
21.
Oh, yes.
How old are you?
40, but I turned 21 in March of '98. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you had your birthday, and I wasn't invited this year. What happened to your birthday party?
Birthday parties? I'm too old for birthday parties.
Oh, so you're not gonna go to mine next month?
There's my sister, hi twin. Even though she is 5'3", but
Well, for everybody who's here, welcome to the KJ from OC podcast. I'm your host, KJ from OC, with my co-host, Mr. Tyrone Harris. You can catch me on Twitter at KJ from OC, on Facebook, KJ from OC podcast, and of course Instagram, Snapchat. I think both KJ from OC. Your mama's house most of the time.
Most of the time. And usually your girlfriend's house too. Have fun at work. I got a savings account, nigga. Ain't gotta work, nigga. Love you too, twin. That's it for me.
Anyway,
100 episode.
It is the 100th episode.
0.
Party over, it's out of time.
You should go back to the first episode and do a split screen and see how much gray you had in the first episode.
Oh, no, because it was all audio.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I only started doing video, like, my first video actually was with my buddy DJ Cam. He had released a new single called Squad. It was released on 4/20/17. I remember this because he promoted it for like a month. And I had him on a show, and we talked about Biggie and Tupac and hip-hop and shit like that.
Yeah.
And we had a good time. We went live, and Ashley was there, and that was the first time we went live, and I've been live now.
Oh, crap, Tyrone's watching.
Been live now for the last, 2 months?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going back to doing audio, except for when Megan, Dasha, and your wife, that sounds weird, send me their schedules so we can all do like one audio sit around, mimosas, and...
I think you can have more than 2 people on the video live, though.
You can?
No, that would be weird, right?
It would be. It would look really weird.
Yeah, it would really weird.
Yeah. So I'm just not even gonna... I'm just gonna make them sit around. I think it would be better because we don't have to worry about the camera and like who's gonna, all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Unless we set it up a certain way, but
really,
whatever. I know.
Somebody's getting their car towed.
Oh, that would suck. No, I think so. My ex-girlfriend's here. She's backing up.
I did not say that. I don't approve that message. I don't approve that message. I do.
See,
not.
Where can they find you on social media? Can they find you anywhere?
I don't approve that message. I don't approve that message.
Where can they find you on Tumblr?
That's your porn site. Don't find me on there. Don't find me on there.
So much porn on Tumblr.
Black men only go to Tumblr because it's a porn site.
Because it doesn't show up as a bad thing.
That's why I don't have a
Tumblr, baby. I'm
That's why I have a
looking
Tumblr,
at news.
right?
I'm looking at news.
You can find me everywhere. EQMCX2 at everything. EQMCX2.
EQMCX2.
Twitter.
EQMCX2.
Facebook. EQMCX2.
Instagram, EQMCX2.
EQMCX2. EQMCX2. Is that good?
That's good.
All right, I'm a rapper. EQMCX2. What a
You could be the EQMC. And I feel like I'm eating for two, so times two.
There you go. I want to do a bunch of thank yous before we pop off the show. Not everyone
Yes.
that I'm going to give thank yous to is watching, but everyone I'm going to list was either on the show, except for 3 people I'm not going to mention because I'm not cool with them anymore. And they're like hardcore Trump supporters and Republicans and probably pseudo white supremacists, so I'm just like, not even fucking with it. Not even dealing with you. And everyone else is just people who I've talked to over the last 100 episodes, who have encouraged me to keep going even when I've been dead fucking tired, annoyed, wanted to give up. I actually stopped doing my show for like 2 months in the summer because I was over it.
Yeah.
I was absolutely over it. And it was like
2 whole months though?
It was 2 to 3 actually.
Oh wow.
Because even when I came back, I didn't come back all the way. So then a friend of mine died.
Yeah.
And then that threw me off, and I was having family problems. Still having family problems, and then just like one thing after another, and I was just like, I really don't want to deal with nothing. So, but I am back, and I'm far more consistent now. Thank you for being there for me. I appreciate that. And what? Quit yelling at people. You see me doing the show?
This is live, people. This is live. You got mamas yelling in the kitchen at kids. You got or
my girlfriend, girlfriend, backing up. Backing up, girl. Beep, beep.
You got mariachi music coming from that garage, and then you got rock and roll coming from the garage right behind it.
Hey.
So we got everything. We got everything. This is live.
Anyway, Dasha, go ahead and send me your schedule from 3 days ago for those Saturdays when I told you to do it.
But you called us whack though.
Yeah, well, you know what? Whatever. Anyway, here are my thank yous. Eric Klein. Eric Klein is a big thank you. I've had him on the show several times. You know Eric, you've probably seen his responses and stuff. These are people I also talk to outside of the show who contribute to my life personally as well in regard to the show. So it's just like, that's kind of how I'm doing this.
We had an in-depth conversation earlier today.
Matter of fact, you both should be at my party. So don't worry. The invitation's coming soon. I just got to set some shit up. Effie and David Moore, Robin Palmer, Bam Arsenal, Amy Lou Smith, you know, that's your other Cub fan, homie.
Yeah.
Eric Torres, a.k.a. DJ Trust. Steve Wallach, a.k.a. DJ Addiction. Rick Miltimore, the rap group from OC, I and I. That's Ironic and Insanity and DJ Camouflage as well. Melissa Nold, Josh Carmen from Faith and Whatever podcast. My buddy Aaron Sterling Black, Ariel Perez, a.k.a. Wheezy. Ariel Gahn, Atusa Mo, Aurora Arnold, Emma Christine, Ben and John from Cinema Gulp. I've had them on the show. Those are nice guys. Really nice guys. Amnesia and Trex, these are buddies of mine I used to do hip-hop with that, you know, they just really add to my life in regard to all this stuff. The one dude I've known for 20 years, we went to Morehouse College together, Brian Castleberry. We reconnected on Facebook. We've talked a couple times, and it's just like really solid conversations. Good to have brothers, you know, you haven't seen in so long reconnect with you.
Right.
My cousins, Cherish and Garen, and my Uncle Frank. Another cousin of mine is Sharna, who she really kind of put down with Effie last year against a bunch of racist people from El Toro that just didn't realize how racist they were. You know, they really just didn't realize it.
She said, "Don't forget about Ashley."
I won't. I won't forget about Ashley. That's one of the final two. Niggas. My buddy Greg Birchmeyer, Katie Level, if I'm even saying her last name right. Friend of mine, Maribel Barragan, Jordan Ha, Ty Foley, one of my kids, Adolfo. I know I got a lot of these, huh?
No, I'm
almost
tired.
done. I'm almost done.
No, not you. I hate looking at myself in the camera. I'm sorry.
Another buddy of mine, Mike Cambro, who I've known for a long time. He's in a band whose name I just forgot. Oh shit. Wait, no. Not Death Cab for Cutie. It's Wait, Death by Stereo. See, I was close. Anyway, that's a buddy of mine. Roxanne Amini. She sent me some personal messages. You met her last summer.
Yeah. When we reconnected.
Yeah. She sent me some personal messages that I just thought were really, really heartfelt and touching, and I just really appreciated that. Delicia Smith,
Dovey and Tim Travers, former teachers of mine, very supportive. Dasha, of course. Quite the contributor. Susan Gieselman, Jackie Nickerson, Jamie Orger, Jessica Wellens, Julian Rock, Kevin Young. Kevin, see, I didn't forget you, brother. Cam Williams, Kavika Mesa. He's someone I had on the show a while back. I've known him for about 10 years. He's in a group called Three Forks Junction and another group called Purple Jefferson, and they perform throughout Orange County. Another lady, Phyllis Elam, Mary Ray, my mentor, Nikki. Another friend of mine, Narina. I'm going to fuck up her name. Dari Nani.
Really?
Yeah, it's hard. Quit listening to me. My buddy, PR Pasillo, he works over at Gold Star Audio, so if you ever need anything car-related over at Gold Star Audio, yeah, go over there. It's over in Irvine/Santa Ana. Patty Foster, Sean Williams, Jeff Cato, Sean Gray, and Shauna Wilson. Now, for the co-hosts, Elizabeth Sosa, Jordan Ha, and Mary Collette, when we all did the Valentine episode back in February. And my buddy Edward Kwok, who I used to do the Offline Combo podcast with him, and also he was on my year-end special last year. Josh Carmen again, because he also co-hosted.
Don't.
He gets two. He gets two. That's a good guy. He's also gave me an article to read, and I need to send it to you as well.
Yeah.
I actually may have. You didn't respond to my email.
No, I've been waiting for it.
Oops. Anyway. And then, of course, my two regular co-hosts now, Ashley Henson. Ashley, I know you're not watching, but it's okay. You'll see this later. And, of course, Tyrone. Thank you all for contributing to me personally and pseudo-professionally to keep me going when I just am dead tired and don't want to do anything anymore ever. I really appreciate it. Now that that's out of the way, it's time for some fuck shit.
I gotta do one, though.
Oh, please do. Christina Harris, we want to thank you for bringing food out right now.
That's never gonna happen. Anyway, big shout out to Melissa Knoll. I saw her pictures on Facebook when she was with the family of, one of her clients, I guess. Mm-hmm. And strong statement. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very strong statement of support.
Very much.
Yeah.
If you want her phone
not
number,
too many people. Here you go.
Work number.
Here you go. Not too many people back up their words.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she really backs up her words. So shout out to Melissa.
I give her a lot of respect. I actually don't personally know her outside of Facebook and the conversations she and I will have.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it's just, I mean, I was talking to my mentor last night. Phyllis, you just missed it. I mentioned your name. Shit. And Clay. Oh, Clay, I'm sorry. I know you posted something on my wall earlier, and I should have mentioned your name, and I forgot. I also want to thank Clay Bryant for contributing to this podcast for the last 100 episodes. But, yeah, my mentor's like, yeah, you've mentioned Melissa before a few times. I'm like, yeah, I respect the hell out of her. She's good people. But speaking of people who are not good, the opening segment of the show is dedicated to the 1-year anniversary of the election of the Orange Douchebag, a.k.a.
45.
Oh, God. Can't even say his name. Voldemort.
A.k.a. 45.
45. I got a 45 Glock in you. I was asking T earlier. I said, T, now
you're going to do it? You're going to do it? Go.
I said, T, and I lowered my brow like this.
Yeah, you did.
I said,
he really
T,
did. He really did. He really did.
What's different now that Donald Trump is president? What's different? Do you think there's anything positive that his supporters always say he's uniting the people? Well, which people? White people? Okay, fine. But do you think there's anything positive that's come from his time in office, which obviously started in January?
Yeah.
Is there anything positive we can come up with? You think? Uniting the people.
Here you go again. Okay. All on my phone. I think.
You love my voice.
I think. Yeah, I do.
Yes, Phyllis, it was good things.
I don't know. My statement was no. I didn't comment on the statement.
No, you didn't.
About you think anything as good has happened since Trump has been in office.
Right.
I comment on the fact
other
that.
One, but we're not going to talk about that yet.
Okay,
they don't know about that yet.
Okay, to answer your question, because I have had a lot of time to think about it, all of 5 minutes.
I haven't thought of it myself.
All right. No, you said it earlier, so I had to think about it. And I really think that Trump is a mirror
of
America.
Okay.
Trump is one big fat mirror. He put the mirror up for everybody to see who they really were. Everyone. Black, white, you know.
See who's going to stand for what, who's going to lay down.
Yeah, who's going to stand for what.
Gotcha.
So, you know, like, there's a lot of people throughout my time has just been riding the fence. That whole statement, well, you know what? He's the president, so we have to respect him.
No, we don't. Fuck that.
And then, no, I've had someone tell me that, and first of all, I'm apolitical, so it was a stupid statement anyway. But it said, since you stand by that policy or whatever that thing that Obama did, that means you have to agree with all of his policies.
No. Yeah.
And I've heard that from multiple people, that if you agree with that, you have to agree with all of his policies. Multiple people on the right. So now that Trump, or now that 45 is doing a lot of F stuff, you know, F-boy stuff, so now the mirror stands up to them now. Now, do you agree with all of his policies and everything that he's doing?
Their method of thinking has completely switched and changed, and now they're just like, yeah, well, we're just going to be quiet about stuff.
And it's clear the things he's been doing. It's clear his line of thinking. It's clear who he's siding with on his own.
There's good people on both sides.
Yeah, there's clear delineation from where he's drawing this line. And are you following that? Do you follow all of it? Or no, now you can take some of it and throw other things out and take the good with the bad. But if his mindset and his and if his intentions aren't great, then you have to throw everything out. And Trump is a mirror. He's putting up a mirror to everyone, but except for himself. But he's putting a mirror for everybody.
Yeah, because he's not holding himself accountable. I mean, how often is this guy really going to go golfing? I mean, it really seems like he works Monday through Friday.
He lives at Mar-a-Lago. He lives there.
Because he owns that, right?
Yeah. That's like a stone's throw from his house.
It's just so interesting. Because I would hope that people would understand how much that's costing, as far as the budget and everything, and how much money's being wasted because he won't stay in the White House past the weekend. Like, maybe he should be paying for his own trips back and forth.
In the Secret Service in New York. And in West Palm.
Because his wife won't stay in the White House.
She says she stays in the White House now, but we know the truth.
And everyone can say they say something, but we all know the truth. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's just a big one. It's disappointing. And I think you're right, too. It is very much about holding up a mirror to America, because I didn't know I had this much, I don't want to say venom, because that makes it sound negative. But I didn't know I had this much energy for this topic. That's so funny. I just thought of her earlier. Hi, Rebecca. I didn't know I had so much energy for this topic and this time, because when I came to do the podcast the first time, very first episode was about racial relations a little bit. It was comparing Cam Newton to
I remember that.
To Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it was also about Drew Brees being maybe like one of the best quarterbacks of all time. But I said no, because he just throws a lot. That doesn't mean shit. Because if that's the case, then Drew Bledsoe would be one of the greatest quarterbacks too, right?
Right.
He ain't shit. So, just kidding. Drew Bledsoe was actually kind of nice. But they both named Drew. Anyway, so that was like the original. I didn't really get into politics or deeper stuff. Like, it was all just sports until Alton Sterling got shot. And then it was Philando Castile. And everyone's always Garner. On the Eric Garner. That was New York, right? That was a couple years ago. So this was So this was just last summer stuff, and people validating it, and but black people commit the most crimes, and that's what's reported. But then you don't look past.
It snowballed.
It opened up a whole the gate. People who I used to have lunch with and used to talk business with and hang out with and go to church with, I'm just like, I don't even want to be associated with you. If you go to that church, I'm not going to that church.
Oh, I'm talking about family. People that like babysit their kids and watch their kids and went on family vacations with them
Yeah.
as a kid and didn't know they felt that way. That just came out.
Yeah.
I'm talking about it's real.
Yep.
White, black, Hispanic, all of them. You know, people I consider family that I would trust my kids with before that.
Yeah.
But indoctrination. But not being funny. But yeah, it was real.
Yeah.
Like that line was drawn.
It really was, and it's to the point now where there are people, like you said, like people whose kids you would watch and whatever. There are people now I won't even talk to. They'll text me, they don't get a response, because I'm just like I don't even want to encourage you to continue to text me because I don't respect you. I would respect someone who said, you know what, I made a mistake. This is just insane. Who we voted for, what we overlooked. Yeah, it seems I'm a black female with liberal leanings. Thanks for apparently right, exactly. With the mirror thing. Where did I leave off?
Like the whole mindset over the summer when it comes to why you started the podcast.
Yeah. It's just this is who I am, and this is who I'm going to be, and this is how I'm going to teach the kids, the quote unquote the kids that I have. This is what we talk about. And I mentioned several of my kids today in my thank yous because this is what we talk about. Because they understand what it's like to be harassed for no reason. They understand when I tell them my story, what it's like to be harassed for no reason. Now they get it. It may not happen to them because they may not be black or they may be lighter skinned or whatever, but they can understand, like, wait, that shouldn't have happened. I'm like, you're right, it shouldn't have. Yeah. And we also shouldn't be electing presidents who talk about grabbing women by the pussy. We shouldn't be electing presidents who have sexual assaults in their past or in their recent history or whatever. In their history at all. I mean, we're not talking about when I was 12, this shit happened, and like, okay, you're a kid, you did some shit you shouldn't have done. But even still, like, sexual assault, it's assault. It's not a fight, We shouldn't be overlooking things like that, but we are. I shouldn't say we, because it wasn't me, it wasn't you. But people overlooked it and tried to validate it because, but Bill Clinton, XYZ.
Yeah, but we validated the behavior
sometimes. He wasn't running for president. Yeah. It was anything to make sure that Hillary Clinton didn't win, which meant you were okay with racism and sexism, and they're sending, what did he say? They're sending their worst, they're sending their rapists and their this and that. Yeah. I know a lot of people who are illegal immigrants.
No, that's all that's coming over this thing.
And it's like, that's not true, bruh. Yeah. But people believe it. And I'm actually going to share with you an article about what people believe and how they end up believing stuff that's a complete lie. It's like who the biggest enemy of white people is or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's basically white people because of media and how they get told shit that just isn't real.
I was just talking with somebody about that very same thing today in a different light.
Yeah.
But how white people continue to vote against their own interests. In politics and media.
Yeah.
They vote against their own interests constantly. But it's a scary thing.
Yeah. It's like, how can you as a Christian say you're a Christian and then, but there is no but with Christ. And this isn't even a Christian podcast.
But not even but it's just the whole, like, if you're a Christian, you support those values, and then you say, no matter who's in the office, we have to pray for them because God put them there. Like,
yeah, but I don't think they're really doing that. I don't think God put everyone in. See, because there's a scripture that says that, and so people use that to apply to stuff that it wasn't intended to apply to.
But
because not all scripture is intended to be applied to current day, in all facets, right?
That's true.
Some of it's a journal. Some of it's God's commands. Some of it's man's commands for a governmental structure that was included in the Bible because of context. So there's different ways to look at the Bible. People don't understand that because, just like you said, with guns and with sex, they're not taught that.
Yeah.
I had to learn this through inductive studies I've had through Mariners Church, and then doing a Bible study / kind of thing on my own. I don't know, did I share those with you before when I was doing those daily Bible scriptures? Yeah. That was a lot of self-studying. Yeah. Just reading on my own and reading someone else's stuff and trying to understand stuff and connect it. But it's like, that's I don't want to pat myself on the back, but that's hard to do, and not a lot of people are going to do that. Yeah. They're just going to read it. Like what I used to do is just I would read the scripture,
Well, that must be what it means. I have no idea of any of the surrounding context, you know. Like, there's a picture I saw of people standing around an elephant. Oh, it must be a water hose. Oh no, look, it's just a tail. Oh, look, it just has one leg. You know, everyone's looking at different parts, but can't see the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that's how the scripture should work, so that people who are actually reading scripture can apply that knowledge to how government or their government should work for them, and not excuse stuff that's okay governmentally that isn't okay, you know, in the church. Especially from someone who says, I'm a Christian and I drink my little wine, I eat my little cracker.
Yeah.
I've never asked for forgiveness because I've never done anything wrong. Like, all these things, I'm not making this up. This is stuff that he has said. And I don't understand how people can overlook that. And it's so frustrating.
No matter if Christian or Muslim or whatever, it's just the moral fabric of the so quote unquote leader of the free world.
Mm-hmm.
The character and the fabric of the leader of the free world is not him.
Mm.
We elected a reality star as president.
We really did. I was so disappointed. There was something that came up this morning in my feed from a year ago today that just said why I deleted a bunch of people. And I said it wasn't about politics. It wasn't about just because we think differently, like environmentally or this or that. It's what you were willing to overlook to vote for him. I didn't say you had to vote for her, but you voted for him. You could have voted for somebody else. Not so she could win, but you let him win, which means you're at least okay with a racist being in office, which means how much do you really care about me? Legitimately. Or you really don't understand what racism is. So yesterday people tried to call me out in a post because I said white people celebrating. Today's the day Trump won. A year ago, white people celebrating. So then people are like, isn't that racist? No, I didn't say anything about whether you were higher or lower or less than me or higher than me or I'm better than you because of my skin tone. No. Is it implied? No, because that's not how I think. Did white people celebrate? Absolutely they did.
No.
Did all white people celebrate? No. Do I know that? Yes. So why would I even think that? I'm not even implying that because I already know the answer.
No.
People are stupid. They just want to try to catch me in something. But you know, you ain't going to catch me outside. How about that?
Whenever somebody calls me a racist, I just tell them, please go get a dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously you don't know what that word means.
Exactly. They don't. And then there's this point, too, where I called it out and I said, you know, everyone who hit like on so-and-so's post calling me a racist obviously don't know what racist is.
No.
And then someone replied and I didn't even read it because I'm like, you know what? You still don't know.
No.
Because you've missed a key component. Supremacy. That's a key component. Phyllis is right. She says, folks that have always hidden their racism have become emboldened. It is to our advantage because at least we know where their hearts are now. It's like back during the days of segregation when we...
It didn't come up.
Oh, really?
I don't know why. It's
Are you
delayed.
behind?
Yeah, it's delayed on mine.
Oh, let's see. I'm afraid to touch this thing.
No.
If I touch this thing and then it goes... I can't hit like.
Yeah, it's delayed on mine. I don't know why.
Oh, it says see more. Not touching it. But anyway, I do agree with where she's going, at least from what I can tell. So it works for me. I don't know what more to say on this topic other than just I'm really disgusted, disappointed, and downtrodden.
But you know, I am pretty like I am pretty impressed with what's transpired this last year.
Okay.
I am pretty impressed with the mindset of true Americans that have gathered around each other to figure out like what needs to be done to prevent this happening again, to stave off, you know, the what's happening in like the worldview, how the world sees us, and putting forth a better front. So I am happy about that. I am happy about that because I'm very proud. Not the people that just blurt out their mouth, but I'm very, very proud of all the people, white, black, Latino, like Asian, doesn't matter, who really researched and studied. Like, am I really like What do I truly love about America, our government, our people, and why do I really dislike Trump? Mm-hmm. It hasn't been, oh, he's orange, let's just hate him. Right. It's really been a lot of people doing research, right? Mm-hmm. Like Michelle, what's her name?
Obama?
No, the actor from the actress
from
Fast and Furious, I think, or Triple X. Michelle Rodriguez.
Okay. I don't know, but
she, you know, the Hispanic lady or whatever from Triple X or whatever.
Never saw it.
You're funny.
No, I'm serious.
Never seen any of them? Mm-hmm. Nice, good job, buddy.
Too busy watching Halloween, bro.
Right. So, although like they're going to number 3 now, and like Ice Cube and taking over the franchise now, but you know, whatever, your boy.
Black Power.
But no, but what I'm trying to say is that she really said, I don't just hate him because he's white. I'm not going to fall into that trap. It's not an us versus them thing. She really looked at everything he's done. Mm-hmm. She looked at his family history, what his father's done, the things he said, and the attitude behind what he's saying. And she really delved into it a lot and said, this is why. This is the evidence why. The research I've done to look deep within me and see why I don't like this person or why this person isn't good for America. She really did that. Yep. And that's what I see like you and like a lot of people are doing. Mm-hmm. They're really getting down to the nuts and bolts of what really is the reason why he's not good for America.
Right.
And no one can say that they're not informed because everybody's doing their research.
Exactly. And that's the problem is that a lot of people don't do research. I was on someone's page earlier. This, I don't want to call it out like that. But anyway, I almost did. This dude I used to work with, we were bouncers. And some post from months ago regarding slavery, I don't even know what it was. It just, someone posted in his comment section, people don't know that, 3% of blacks in 1860 at the height of slavery owned slaves. And that, it was like, and then that means so many thousands of black people owned slaves. And I said, okay, it was just some meme.
Yeah.
It was just a meme. Yeah. And it gave no, information found at such and such and yada yada yada, right?
Yeah.
History, anything. So I comment because I'm a black asshole, and I said, "Are we just even doing any research anymore? Or are we just passing around memes?" I said, "Nah, you probably researched this." And then I went further, and I said, "We have to look at this." I said, "Even if this were true, which I have no idea, but I doubt it." But anyway, I said, if this were true. We have to also look at how were the slaves treated. If there were if black people owned slaves, were the slaves treated the same as they were by the white slave owners? Number 2, after freedom, were slaves, were they just let free by the black slave owners and everything was fine?
Yeah.
Or, were they treated, arrested for petty crimes and then thrown in prison for stupid stuff?
Oh, we already know the answer to the question.
And then also, of course, Jim Crow laws. Well, of course, the slave owners would not be treated the same as the black slaves because Jim Crow laws would apply to everybody, just the slaves, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it becomes this, like, how do you only see this, but you can't see this?
Yeah.
But it's the elephant again, right? It's just, is it a trunk? Is it one leg? Is it 4 legs? Is it a tail? Is it just 2 eyes? No, it's a fucking elephant. You have to see the whole thing. And so eventually at the end I just said, stop trying to equate everything to be the same. It's just not. You have to look at everything in its full context. But you know what? That takes too much reading. That takes too much investigation. That takes too much research. And so I can't even expect somebody who's just going to pass around a stupid meme that they don't even know if it's right or not. They're just passing it around because Breitbart said so, right? I can't expect them to look up anything. And then it pisses me off that they don't, because why wouldn't you want to know if that's true or not?
Yeah, but, it could be true to a certain extent, however you want to look at it. But my whole thing is, obviously, we understand that there's a whole deeper context in that. Mm-hmm. The deeper context in that is, we're not talking about slavery here. We're talking about the intent of slavery, the intent of what was going on back then. If you think about it, slavery lasted for over 350 years. Mm-hmm. Am I right? Mm-hmm. And there were black people here in America before white people got here.
Mm-hmm.
So, if slavery lasted for 350 years, how many generations of people is that? How many generations of people that their ancestors, their great-great-great-grandparents, and their kids after them, they were in the middle of this dichotomy that was their life. Like, this is all they knew.
Mm-hmm.
So, if someone was to escape to the north or whatever, or get freedom or something like that, slavery, the existence of slavery was ingrained in our society so much that this is all they knew. Let me go way to the left on that one. That's all they knew. So if having a certain status in the world meant owning slaves, then yeah, that's probably something that they did.
Yeah.
Because it was ingrained in them and beat in them by the masses and by the people that were in power at that time, that having slaves was a form of a social status. So yes, that could have happened.
Yeah, it wasn't cheap to own slaves.
Exactly. So if you could own slaves, is that. But then there's that, and then there's the truth. Most people that were free in the North, that were free blacks or freedmen, they call them, or freedmen, they bought slaves to give them their freedom back then on paper. So it had to be documented so that slave could have papers to show that you own that person, so someone can just come and kidnap them and take them back to the South. So, yes, that is true.
So I wonder if that was included in those numbers.
It had to be, because they had to get insurance on them.
Right.
Just like cattle, you had to insure them. You couldn't drive a car without insurance in the United States. But you just like then, you couldn't own slaves without insurance. You had to have your slave insured. So if you had enough money to buy someone, you had enough money to insure them and register them, so someone can't just take your property from you. You know, black men that escaped and went to Ireland and went to France and went to Portugal and all those other places, they came back here as freedmen, bought their families back, and had to document them and do that. So that's well documented. So that's the truth of the matter.
So there's this. So there's your answer on about slavery and black people owning black people. Instead of just believing that, they must have been treated the same too, so you guys do it to yourselves. But you think the context is always the same.
Always.
I was watching a video I've seen before. I love it though. Ari Spears talk on DJ Vlad.
Yeah.
Ari Spears, a comic from Mad TV.
Yeah.
He does stand-up comedy shows. A lot bigger now than they used to be. Well, I understand.
Yeah. I understand that.
All of a sudden, I kind of understand that. Boy, he got dark circles around his eyes.
I know, but I think I grew with him. Like every because I went to see him at one of the comedy in Brea. What is it, Brea?
Yeah.
Comedy or improv. I went to see the improv, and I started gaining weight, and I remember watching his videos from like 5 years ago. So when I went to see him, I was like, wait a minute. Am I looking in the mirror like he moves, I move? I'm like, what's going on? Yeah, but no, I remember that video you're talking about with Vlad.
He talks about how white people see us, black people, as like the most dangerous people in the world, right?
I just watched that video yesterday.
I just saw it today.
So funny
just a reminder.
You brought it up.
Yeah. And he's like, man, please. If we look at the things that America's done and, the Europe and all that kind of stuff, they are the most, and not all white people, obviously, but just those countries, those governments, whatever you want to call them, those entities are the most dangerous ever over any group of individual people. Like, he said, we didn't enslave niggas. We didn't, kill off the Indians. And all this stuff. Yeah,
we
it's
didn't
like,
annihilate whole civilizations.
Yeah. Wiping them off the face of the earth.
Yeah. And
then on top of that, putting a hole in the ozone layer. No, okay, I don't know whose fault that was. But I'm not going to say...
I can't rock with you all the way that way.
I cannot say it's not hotter and there's a hole in the ozone layer and it's polar caps melting. I'm just saying. Stop. But anyway...
we all contribute to our annihilation.
Yeah, but some people are far more responsible than others.
We all contribute to our annihilation. I'm sorry.
We all need somebody to blame it on.
The fact that you want to eat strawberries in July means you contribute to your own annihilation.
Well, if they provide it for me, listen. If I don't know that they don't grow in July, how's that my fault?
It takes more water. It takes more resources and everything
Then provide me with something else instead of saying, here you go. Then do what's best for the environment instead of what's best for me. Don't make me happy. It's about the earth, right?
Yes,
if I need to eat string beans in the summer because I can't get strawberries until the spring, then so be it. I'll freeze them.
True. Exactly.
I'll freeze them, and I'll get my GMO modified strawberry. I'll get my GMO modified protein shakes and freeze my strawberries. All right, I'm not even mad about it. But seriously, like I really do think just because they provide it for us, I mean, they shouldn't be providing it for. Like, don't modify everything and then be like, well, you guys ate it. Well, we didn't know what was going on. I'm not a fucking farmer. Well, you guys ate it.
He said, I'm not a farmer.
Hold the ozone layer. I don't know where the fuck this shit grows.
He said, I'm not a farmer. Oh, man. Okay, that was a good one.
Why are you laughing at me?
I'm not laughing. I'm laughing with the world. I'm laughing with the world.
Nigga, the world is crying.
The world is crying.
I keep dying.
Yeah, the world is crying.
I keep dying.
No, seriously.
This is no ordinary love.
But I love that. No, but I really had that conversation with someone too about that because they came to me and it was like, well, Malcolm X, he practically sparked the revolution for the Black Panther Party, just another terrorist group. Somebody born in America under the age of 40 said that the Black Panthers were a terrorist group.
And I would say, where did you get that information?
So I'm like, how many people... he equated them with the Ku Klux Klan, not the terrorist group. Because, Ku Klux Klan aren't terrorists. They're just a homeboy club, that does a thing. So he equated them with Ku Klux Klan. And then I said, how many people have they killed? Black Panthers. Name one. Well, they terrorized. Who they terrorized? They protected their community from racist cops. And they walked the boys and girls to school. They gave them education about who they were, black empowerment, to empower yourself to be equal to the rest of the people in the country. But who did they kill? Who did they terrorize? What did they do?
Who did they randomly just run up on?
Who did they hang? What they were burning Black Power fists in people's yards? They weren't doing anything like that. Yeah. Tell me one thing that they did.
It's never the same, but they keep trying to make it that. I deleted some dude's comment once, this pseudo relative of mine who...
You said a pseudo relative.
Yeah, he's related to one of my kids. So he'd posted on my page way back when I started doing this Facebook thing again. And he said, yeah, the Black Panthers were just like the KKK, they're the next KKK or whatever, right? And I deleted the comment because I'm like, I don't have time for stupid shit. I really don't have time for stupid shit. And this is the same guy who, years before, thought it would be funny, okay? Mm-hmm. Thought it would be funny to make a joke to his nephew, my godson. Now I'm kind of getting specific as who this person was.
Oh, yeah, I know, right?
Randall. So... This was after. Remember when Tiger Woods was playing in a tournament, and the white lady said, "We should take him out in the back and lynch him." Mm-hmm. Real subtle. And the guy was like, "Yeah," Anyway, he made this comment.
Fuzzy Zeller with the whole fried chicken.
Yeah, that was another thing though. But he made a comment to my godson, his nephew, and said,
"Oh yeah, you told me about this
regarding like a cowboy game or whatever. Mm-hmm. We should take you out in the back and lynch you." And I was like, it's not funny. So I got home. This was back during MySpace days. I get home. I messaged him on MySpace, just privately. I just said, hey, I know you were trying to make a joke, but it just wasn't funny. You don't tell a kid you're going to lynch him. I don't think you understand the history of lynching. And I wasn't even so super Black Power or nothing back then, but I did understand some shit. Okay?
Brother, you don't have a choice.
I know.
You don't have a choice.
I used to be okay with cop killings, and now I'm like, you know what? Maybe not. Yeah, I've changed a lot. But anyway, so I messaged him, and I let him know very respectfully. I don't think it was anything negative or mean or anything like that. And he said, he wrote back, I guess like the next day, maybe a couple days later, and was like, you know what, you're right, my bad. But he didn't admit to me until like a couple years later. He said, you know what? I researched for 2 days to try to find how you were wrong and this and that and the other thing, and white people got lynched too, and so don't make it about race. And he was like, you know what? You were right, and I could have just said sorry.
Yeah.
And I was like, and this is the same MFer that now wants to try to equate Black Panthers to the Klan.
Yeah.
Just it's the same topic, isn't it?
It's the same topic, yeah.
But it's a different connotation within that topic or something like that. I don't know how to say
Yeah.
that, but it's like, dude, you haven't learned a thing, have you?
Right?
Did you research this, or did you just look at Breitbart and tell me what they said? Because they don't actually have writers, do they?
No.
Breitbart staff writer, Rabbi staff writer,
No.
right? Stuff like that.
No.
Yeah, just saying.
Yeah, but to Dasha's point about,
Really bothers me.
not to Dasha's point, but to Phyllis's point, I was researching that, Phyllis, before about the insurance part of it, and it went like, when I tell you I was on a 3-day bender, reading and researching. I went down the rabbit hole so deep, like my mind was blown. Like I was looking up companies, Prudential, New York Life. Sorry, my lips look crusty on camera, and every time I look at it, doesn't look like getting better. But Prudential, New York Life, MetLife, Wells Fargo, the Cotton Company, a couple of banks that used to be insurance companies. I forgot who they were, but it was like 3 or 4 banks that used to be insurance companies. That's how they made all their money. They all got their money in that slave period from insuring slaves. Insuring slaves, and not many people collected on the claim on their slaves and stuff like that. But all these companies got rich, literally on the backs of insuring slaves and insuring plantations. For 300 years, you got free labor, and it killed so many industries. The slave industry literally killed the tobacco industry. Do you know that?
No.
Literally, almost most of the tobacco farmers gave up the tobacco plantations to have cotton gins, not cotton gins, but cotton plantations.
Interesting.
Most of the pig farmers moved closer to the Midwest. You notice there are really a lot of pig farms in the East anymore. They're all in the Midwest, Nebraska, Oklahoma, places like that, Denver, because that whole industry just swept through the whole like so-called Bible Belt and up north, just took over that whole industry just to do one thing, is to cotton and whatever else they had the slaves doing, like, tending to their plantation, whatever else they were milling. Slavery killed, and they say it's another industry, but that didn't happen. Slavery and cotton production killed the Silk Road.
Okay.
Literally dismantled or disseminated the Silk Road. The number one cotton producer for 600-700 years of the world was Egypt. Egyptian cotton, the whole Egyptian cotton thing. Egypt used to supply the world with cotton. We took over that production with free. They couldn't compete with us.
Yeah, once you get free labor.
Free labor forever. You could produce cotton 20 or all year round. Basically all year round. Well, you get closer to like the north, you couldn't. But
GMO
south,
cotton.
they GMO cotton, GMO cotton, right? But they produce that in droves. So when you look at it like this, all these industries we can thank for that. Ford made his money in insurance.
Interesting.
He took his money and created a car dealership, didn't know what he was doing, went to another black man, Carver, to show him how to run an assembly line, and that's how he made his money,
Eric and I were talking about this a while back, and I think we kind of got some answers. Because we were like, whatever happened to the money that was made during that time, during slavery? Like, what happened to those companies? What happened to those families? What did they become? What did they turn into? You know what I mean? Like, where did that bloodline kind of go? And there's no specific article that'll tell you, like, oh, this family, X family.
She's feeling just that just adds to our reparations.
I know, huh? We ain't getting them.
I'm gonna knock on Prudential's door and be like, you know what? You owe me 40. No, forget that.
Let me get 85 million. Let me get 85 mil.
Inflation. That makes a lot of sense, Phil. It's like
90 mil. And I'll leave. Dog, what would you do with 90 mil right now?
If I
remember, we did the
90 mil,
red pill, blue pill thing before.
Yeah, we did the red pill, blue pill thing before, and I basically said I don't need all that money to live off of.
I know.
I would.
Cocaine.
I would. Here you go.
She ain't listening. She ain't even washing dishes.
I would put washing dishes.
What's she supposed to do?
Another funny one. No, anyway. So I gotta stop that, right? Hey, this is recorded, bro. This is immortalized on Facebook. I can't ever live this down. You're wrong for that. I blame you. But now my boy Sami is watching, so he's gonna go crazy on this too. But get me in trouble. But anyway, no, I would literally hold my money, figure out a way to put as many people through an education, a forced education, as I possibly can. Mm-hmm. I want to create 100 doctors, 100 lawyers. Not the fact of going to college, but the fact that we need that as a community.
That's a great point, because remember last week or week before,
where
I was talking about what we need as a people.
I would become Father Money. I would Father Education.
I couldn't just fuck around and play video games all day. I had to get busy.
Oh, you would. I would create 100 doctors, 100 lawyers, 100 accountants, 100 farmers, 100 this, just like, look, I need 100 of you who want to be a farmer.
100 gang.
Who want to do biology.
100 gang. 100 gang.
Right? Just 100.
Okay.
I would have 100 of just about everything.
Lawmakers.
Right? Yep. Lawmakers.
We need people studying, law.
Yeah.
Lawyers and judges. Judges.
Yeah, judges.
Wow.
Sovereignty laws, everything.
Overthrowing. Oh, this is what this cop blew away somebody who ran away, and you guys are just saying not guilty?
Yeah.
How about this? You're all being held in contempt.
Yeah.
And this guy is going to jail too.
100 forensic scientists to get the thousands of black, white, and whatever men out of prison that are falsely accused. And
then we're gonna start building our own judges or our own courthouses.
Dodge said, "I'm gonna tell Dodge she can hear us." So
she can shut her shut your damn mouth down.
Right?
For real.
Yeah.
If you know what's good for you, I'm telling you. Anyway,
but to circle back conversations, it's been 1 year since Trump's been in office, and not a.
He ain't done a damn thing.
He ain't nothing.
He's done nothing except for get stonewalled, get blackballed, and get rickrolled. No.
A black man was lynched in Dallas.
Recently?
Yeah.
When was this?
It was just recently.
Like
in the last 30 days. I just saw the video. I have to see the video.
Oh wow.
The police tried to hide it. They put a perimeter that was literally like 200 feet around the area so no one would get close. This man came right up to the perimeter, zoomed his camera in, and showed it and everything. In Dallas, right in Dallas, recently.
Wow.
When the last time we talked about a lynching?
Actually, it was in Georgia earlier this year. It was a classmate I had. Yeah, it was last year. Classmate I had before she graduated was talking about there was a lynching in Georgia, and they didn't really talk about it in the news. I mean, this reminds me of when that black dude was dragged by the back of a truck. I think with the news or something like that.
Yeah.
And there's also something in the news. Was it Minnesota or Chicago or somewhere? Firefighters, including another black firefighter, hanging a noose on someone's picture in the office.
That was Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm just like, why would someone? What's funny about that? Like, what's funny? Like, just come on, guys, stop the fucking jokes.
Oh yeah, one of my Facebook friends, she did a live video where she was jogging and like doing a live. She was talking while she was, walking or jogging in her neighborhood, and then in her video, she had it facing her selfie style, and then she tilted it to the left, and just so happens when she stopped, there was a noose hanging in a tree in her neighborhood that she grew up in her whole life. There was a noose literally hanging, like it was a real one too, like from the tree. About 6 feet tall, looped, and the thing on everything. Wow. It was not like, it was probably like some kid swinging or, unmistakably.
Yeah.
Unmistakably, it was a noose hanging in the tree. Not as a joke or whatever, but she was like, okay, I've never seen this before in my neighborhood. This is in Connecticut, I think, New Jersey somewhere. So
it makes me think about, if I ever leave California, where would I go and what am I going to encounter? I've thought about being KJ from OC in another state, though. I really have. Just cheaper.
Oh, we could talk about this. Phyllis just brought up a really good topic.
Well, I was going to go to the
she
next
said,
part. But go ahead.
Her first thing that needs to be... Oh, no, go ahead.
Well, we'll read it real quick. First thing that needs to be conquered is getting black folks to vote and do jury duty more. Voted during the Obama era, but we still feel sorely short. I think there goes something with that, too, with jury duty. Just as a citizen... I don't want to miss work or school. I'm dead serious because I got to pay for school, and I may not make a whole lot to begin with. So if I'm undercutting it every month or barely making it, and I got to maybe be off for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm fucked. How's my credit? I don't know. I never built it. I didn't know. No one taught me that. How come no one taught me that? Because my parents didn't know. You know, like it's just, you kind of snowball and it becomes like, oh, good, I got a jury duty. Because now I can go make my money and go back to.
But the thought about it though, like I felt exact the same way, and you know that's why I thought that was cool that Phyllis brought that up, is because I got that from Melissa's page. Melissa ripped
2 days ago.
Yeah, a few days ago, ripped about like more black people should be doing jury duty because all these Trump supporters are going on jury duty and just saying nope, they're out of there, and that hit me so hard. I was like, dang, why you gotta be so smart? Like that hit me really hard.
That's why I like that person. She's so smart.
Hit me, and I'm like, Phyllis, you're right. I'm like, okay, now I got to do jury duty. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, but it's an economic thing. It's economics. It truly is. Now how we gonna do that? Okay, you got jury duty. There should be a jury duty insurance pool. You know,
paid for by black people.
Paid for by black people. We got to do something with the money.
We're taking care of ourselves.
Yeah.
And each other.
Yeah.
I wish football players would get more involved, but they need to get their money straight too, because I know that I don't want any more 30 for 30 broke. I don't want any more like a part 2, part 3, like you really could do every 5 years.
Now I got to watch Ric Flair 30 for 30. That's today.
Woo!
That's today.
That was 2 days ago.
It was 2 days ago? I'm that behind?
Don't worry. I can download it for you probably.
No, I can watch it.
Yeah, I'll still download it. Download this motherfucker.
You're
I'm a shoot a bootlegger.
You're on camera.
I'm a shoot a bootlegger.
Right?
Yeah, that's okay. They know what I'm doing. They know what I'm doing. So yeah, we answered that one. All right. So.
But nothing has changed.
Yeah, nothing's changed. And here was my other question: what if Hillary Clinton had won? How different would things be? Would she, have passed a law by now about anything? I think she would be just as egotistical. Bitch wrote a book since she lost the election about why it's not her fault. Wasn't it called "It's Not My Fault"? I forget. Featuring Master P.
Yeah.
It ain't my fault.
Did I do that?
Mystical. Wait, what was it called? Her book, Hillary Clinton's book?
Right?
It's called
Why I Lost or something
like that. Hillary.
Yeah, but she lost.
She sure did.
I wouldn't vote for Hillary, not because she was a woman. She needs to answer for Haiti. Until she answers to Haiti, they won't get a look from me.
She had a book last year called Stronger Together.
That was last year?
Her and Tim Kaine.
No way.
These are Hillary Clinton books. Hard Choices 2014. What does that mean? Living History 2003. It Takes a Village 1996. Tim Kaine 2016. How do you have time to write books if you should be running for... Stupid bitch.
What Happened. That's what it was.
Yeah, it's called What Happened. Yeah.
She wrote a book called What Happened.
I know what happened. You didn't have a damn leg to stand on because you kept copying Bernie Sanders. I just watched an SNL skit.
That hot sauce in the bag killed me.
Stop cooning. Stop cooning, woman.
Kill me.
Breakfast Club was like, what?
Right? You know, Donkey of the Day.
Yes.
Speaking of Donkey of the Day, I want to give Coon of the Day
Jason Whitlock
to P. Diddy. No. He changed his name to Brother Love.
I saw that.
Brother Love?
I love you. You know who that is? Professional wrestler. Bruce Pritchard.
Changed your name to Brother Love?
Maybe it's because him and Drake were beefing. Ooh, that could be the final topic.
No, it's because of what 50 Cent said.
What do you say?
You know, 50 Cent walked around talking about that he's the new allegory of like, you know, man-boy love, or, you know, trying to, you know, pay to play, you know. You know, the whole...
I know what you're saying.
Berry Gordy to, like, Andre Harrell, how he did him in, so now that's why he's famous, got everything out. And now he's trying to, you know, do the same thing, you know. His little white parties and all that stuff. So, 50 Cent, he's not shy about it. He came with a few videos and said or Puff tried to approach him back in the day, too.
About gay shit?
Yeah. That's nasty. He approached him with it too, and he was like,
Kevin Spacey shit, huh?
Yeah.
Except everybody was of age.
On some Adam Vanette, you know. I can't believe. Did you talk about that Tuesday?
No.
about Terry Crews.
I heard
how
about
he
I
went
knew,
to the police.
I knew his story though.
With Adam Vanette said he grabbed him.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Sexual harassed him.
That's nasty, man. Keep y'all hands to y'all damn self. Shit. Anyway, Hillary Clinton. Speaking of people keeping their hands to themselves, her and her husband. No, but yeah, I think if she would have won, she would be just as arrogant as Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I think she would be just as shady. I don't think there'd be the siding with white nationalists. I think she probably would have said something about them because we as a black community who have supported her, not me specifically, but
she has came out.
Well, right, I think she would have come out and said something negative.
Yeah,
right,
Charlottesville
because she
that,
right, exactly.
Yeah, she would have condemned it. Yeah,
where Trump was just like,
I need more facts.
Yeah, like what the fuck, dude? You're fighting Nazis, you idiot. Yeah, but there's good on both sides.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you, stupid ass. Anyway, that's why I can't fuck with y'all Trump supporters, man. How do y'all not know that shit? Like, how do you say there's good Nazis? Anyway, what else do you think she would have done? She'd be just as shady.
She would have been just as shady because she's a capitalist at heart. She's an opportunist at heart.
She's rich as fuck. I mean, I don't think it's all because of these books. I haven't heard of none of this shit except for this one.
Dear Socks.
Dear Socks, dear buddy. She wrote about her dogs?
Yeah.
Why?
You asking me?
I don't know. White women.
No, I think it wouldn't be a big change because Obama reached across the aisle so much that he compromised a lot of what could have been his legacy to appease the other side for them to slap his hand over and over again. So her job would have been to rein in the Democrats who didn't believe in her anymore. So she would have been fighting them the whole time. You know what I mean?
Well, she'd still be fighting the House too because
she'd still be fighting the House.
Full of Republicans.
She'd still be fighting the House. She'd still be fighting her own Democrats. She'd be fighting everyone. So her hot sauce in the bag was a reach for me. So she would have been reaching so far.
Which to me is almost like Democratic racism.
Oh, 100%.
Because now you're assuming that we all would do this. Like, I hate fucking hot sauce. Unless it's attached to a taco or burrito. People be putting hot sauce on eggs. Like, the fuck for?
I knew you were going to say that. I put hot sauce on eggs. Well, I don't eat eggs anymore, but when I ate eggs, I put hot sauce on eggs.
I can see where that would... But she doesn't carry hot sauce in a fucking bag. Stop thinking everyone's listening to Beyonce. Stop. It's so stupid.
Oh, Megan has a good point. We wouldn't be at war with North Korea.
Bingo. Well, but what would she be doing? I think she'd stay in the White House.
What's the reason for the war, though?
Trump's big mouth. Which Megan? Megan Fowler?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Megan. Hi, Christina. Is that Christina? Or am I reading that wrong?
Yeah, that's Christina. Okay. But Phyllis says she would have to do something with her extra time because she doesn't play golf, does he?
So I do think she would be
She'd be
more
meddling.
I think she'd be a lot more presidential.
No, 100%.
Like, in terms of just her presentation,
100%.
her pantsuit and everything.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I really think she'd be a lot more presidential.
She'd be tweeting less, you know?
Yeah. I think she'd be just as fake. Like, some of the negatives, just as fake, just as shady, just as arrogant. But I wouldn't feel as embarrassed as if it were Trump. Like, he's just not educated. He's not educated and he's uncouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Imagine having a big, fat, stupid dog. And all it does is bark all fucking day. And you get close to it, then it wets itself, right?
Yeah.
Like, this dog doesn't do shit. Like, go get the ball, boy. Huh?
Nothing.
You can't train it to do shit because it's too fat and old.
This is about Trump and about his nothing for the last year, but there's so much. We could be here for 5 hours. His whole Virgin Islands thing.
What was that?
U.S. Virgin Islands, when he congratulated the president of the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Jesus, help us. Let's find out Trump faux pas.
How do you not know that you're the president of the U.S. territory?
I didn't know that shit, but I'm not the president.
You know, it's not your job to know that. But if you think about it, if you go to the U.S. Virgin Islands and somebody congratulate or greet you as Mr. President, and you leave that place, and then you say you congratulate the president, they don't even have a mayor. They have not ambassador, but like somebody that's like a ward, like control of the territory. They don't really have a mayor, but he really went there and called the person the president. And then how do you have a fight with the mayor of Puerto Rico?
I know. You guys owe us money. Who fucking cares? Can they live right now or no?
Right? Like,
there's tons of money for Houston, but we don't have any money for Puerto Rico.
I've never been as pissed off as when I saw him throwing those paper towels. I've never been more pissed off ever in seeing that in him. I'm sorry. I think the only other time I was more pissed off when I seen him shaking Steve Harvey's hand. Like that, I don't know why.
I don't trust Steve Harvey.
I would think I was more mad at Steve Harvey.
Here we go. This is from before he got elected last year. This is just last year's 37 fatal gaffes that didn't kill Donald Trump. Yeah. Notice how this is so bad. No, this is how bad Trump is. We're talking about Hillary Clinton, now we're back to Trump.
Right?
This is how bad he is, and I hope this is a list.
But before you start, Megan has a good point. We wouldn't have the women's march, though.
Right.
That is a good one. That is a good one. It probably would have been more of a celebratory march.
Yes, absolutely.
But we wouldn't have had that march.
We wouldn't have pussy grabbing.
Right. And Megan, the whole tapatio and popcorn thing. No. I'm black. I put hot sauce, crushed red peppers, and cayenne pepper on my popcorn.
Oh my God, these are horrible.
All at the same time.
These are here. I'm going to read all 37 because white folk that voted for Trump need to know. Here we go. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna hook y'all up right now. Politico.com. I'm gonna put this in the comments so you guys can read along too. Thank you for joining, Megan. Appreciate you. Number 1. When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems. They're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists. I assume some are good people. And some I assume are good people. Wow. Jesus Christ. 2. This was just like... This is the most anti-American thing I've ever heard a white man say. That wasn't Timothy McVeigh.
Number 2, you're going to love this one.
He's not a war hero. He was a war. He was a war hero because he was captured. I like people who weren't captured. See, this is because McCain wasn't supporting Trump. Trump was referring to Senator John McCain, a former Navy pilot who was tortured during 5.5 years as a POW during the Vietnam War. How do you talk shit on a POW?
No, how does a draft dodger?
Oh. Yeah,
talk crap with it. He opened his mouth as a draft dodger.
I had bad ankles or something like that.
Yeah.
Flat feet.
Yeah, flat feet. Yeah.
He was
how does a draft dodger talk crap on a POW?
Dude, that's ballsy.
And all these veterans, Trump, go Trump. Like I love him. I don't get it. I don't get
White
it.
supremacy. We'll step over one white guy. Well, he shouldn't have said that, but at least he's not the black guy or the woman.
Yeah.
God dang.
That killed me.
You could see there was blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of everywhere.
I can't do this one.
CNN interview Megyn Kelly of one of Fox News' moderators in the first Republican debate. I thought that was this year. This was all 2015 stuff.
Yeah, that was That was during his campaign because I had an argument with somebody about that. That was during his campaign.
Number 4. Well, I really watch the shows. You really see a lot of great, when you're... What? I can't even read this wrong. When you watch your show and all the other shows and you have the generals... I don't know...
Yeah, his education level, his reading level...
It's so... I have to start over.
It's so elementary.
Well, I really watch the shows. You really see a lot of great, when you watch your show and all the other shows and you have the generals and you have certain people that you like...
That made no sense.
He's trying to name his foreign policy advisors. He couldn't. In 2015. Look at that face. Would anyone vote for that? Can you imagine that face of your next president? Talking about GOP candidate Carly Fiorina.
I remember that one.
Wow. I don't know
Fiorina.
Thank you.
It has not been easy for me. My father gave me a small loan of $1 million. White privilege. Small loan. Did you pay it back? At my green hippo, hashtag Ben Carson is now leading the polls in Iowa. Too much Monsanto in the corn creates issues in the brain. Hashtag Trump, hashtag GOP. I don't know what that means.
He's saying since because Ben Carson's leading the polls, there's because people are, their brain are, brain damage.
Oh. And he retweeted that.
That was a retweet. Yeah.
That's stupid. I want to know who are the soldiers carrying suitcases with $50 million. How stupid are we? I wouldn't be surprised if these soldiers, if the cash didn't get there. Now you don't trust our soldiers?
No. But soldiers love them.
Suggesting U.S. soldiers embezzled cash intended for disbursement to officials in Iraq and Afghanistan. Yeah, I don't know why we're giving money to other countries. I never understood that. So I know Obama did that last year, and I'm sure he did it more than once. But
yeah.
Why are you watching basketball right now? What are you doing? What are you doing? Is that basketball game?
No basketball.
Oh, it's just black people, huh?
No, I'm talking with the client.
Oh.
She's trying to get me to come to Northridge tomorrow. I'm like, I'll pass.
She got a boyfriend?
The client?
Yeah.
She's probably 60, but I'm pretty sure you could probably get some money out of her.
I don't want money.
She has a 700 credit score.
We'll talk. Now, the poor guy, you want to see this guy. I don't know. I said, I don't remember. Oh, that's right. He was doing that shit.
Oh, physically mocking the reporter?
Yep.
His disabilities?
Oh, my God. I think for me, nuclear is just the power. The devastation is very important to me. December 2015. Answering a debate question about his priority in the nuclear triad, the 3 ways, air, land, and sea, the nuclear missiles can be launched. The nuclear is just the power. The devastation is very important to me.
Yeah, I don't know what that means either. I think people make up half of this stuff.
No, I remember some of these. Like, the other thing is the terrorists is you have to take out their families when you get these terrorists. You have to take out their families. They care about their lives. Don't kid yourself when they say they don't care about their lives. You have to take out their families. Wow.
Yeah.
Is there anyone, this is number 12, A, B, and C. Jeez. Is there anyone in this room who doesn't renegotiate deals? Probably 99% of you. Probably more than any room I've ever spoken in. What? Yeah. I'm a negotiator like you folks were negotiators. You're not going to support me because I don't want your money. Oh, boy. December 3rd, speaking at the Republican Jewish Coalition.
Also, he was stereotyping Jews by saying that, they renegotiate and, they're tight with their money.
Wow. Donald Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of the Muslims entering the U.S. until our country's representatives can figure out what is going on. I remember this. This is just number 13. I don't want to read all these.
I'm telling you, they get dumber by the second.
It's just so bad. Maybe I'll skip down to the final few. I'll read 3 more. If Hillary Clinton gets to pick her judges, nothing you can do, folks. Although the Second Amendment people may, oh my God, I remember this. Maybe there is, I don't know. Suggesting that she should be shot?
Yeah.
Jeez. ISIS is honoring President Obama. He is the founder of ISIS. He founded ISIS. And I would say the co-founder would be crooked Hillary Clinton.
Right.
Okay, we have to start asking, when did terrorism start? And why would they be aiming at us?
Oh, we already know that. Every American knows the answer to that question.
They're coming after our freedoms.
Yeah, yeah. No. We meddle in their mess. We're we police the world, and we meddle in their mess. And they say, well, they're aiming for us, but there are no military bases surrounding the United States from any country. You know that, right? There are none. But we have more military bases surrounding Afghanistan, Pakistan, Uzbekistan, Philippines, Japan, North Korea than any other country in the world. We have military bases surrounding all these places. And nobody comes after, nobody goes after our military bases or anything like that. And we tell them that they're throwing stones at us, but we have guns pointed at them. It doesn't make sense to me. But Why do we need all those military bases in all those countries?
We don't. But that's why we keep increasing the military spending, so that way we can just be... It's a giant game of risk, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a giant game of risk.
We have 38 military bases surrounding Yemen and Saudi Arabia and all those places. 30 military bases.
Wow. No wonder people are trying to kill.
Oh, this one killed me.
You're living in poverty,
37.
your schools are no good, and you have no job. 58% of your youth is unemployed. You mean like everyone under 16? What the hell do you have to lose on why we should vote for Trump as African Americans?
What do you have to lose?
White nationalism to gain. I want to find the one where he said back in the day you could just kick their ass or something like that. Talking about the protesters.
Oh yeah, I remember that, the whole video. And then the guy punched the guy when he was leaving.
I'll pay for your
your legal fees or whatever, your lawyer fees or whatever.
Unbelievable. Yeah. There's so many. I mean,
who would do that though?
In the good old days, Donald Trump says, campaign protesters, man, my God. You'd be carried out in a stretcher in the good old days. Like to punch him in the face. Just...
No, Phyllis, he didn't refuse to take a mental exam. He went to his own doctor. You remember? And his doctor gave him a clean bill of health.
Of course.
And said he's great. He's in the best physical condition ever. He's the whatever, like the whole, the stupid words he used.
He's greatest of all time?
Yeah.
He's such a shit. He really is. He really, really is. Anyway, I don't want to talk about these fucking people anymore. I want to talk about something that makes me happy.
Drake?
Hold on. I love this dude's music, man. I really do. So Irv Gotti recently said, and Irv Gotti used to produce for Jay-Z, DMX, the Rough Riders, the Locks, everybody, right? Irv Gotti recently in XXL magazine said that Drake is this new era's Eminem. And when you look at numbers, you have to kind of deal with that, right? You kind of have to start to address, like, damn, Drake sells a lot of records. He may not be selling full albums, like they're only going to go single and double platinum, maybe triple platinum. I think his best-selling one was Take Care, maybe triple or quadruple platinum. But Eminem, I mean, Marshall Mathers LP was 10 million, and that was then.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many it sold in the last 2 or 3 years since the last time I checked.
So they're doing album sales comparison?
I think in terms of height of popularity. And this is... Drake has been around for 7... Let me see. What year is this? This is 2017, so... 9 years?
Mixtape Drake?
No, because I wasn't... Like, when he came out with Best I Ever Had, didn't you know?
Before that. I was on Drake way before that.
But he wasn't... Not everybody was on Drake yet. When he grabbed Trailer Rams...
Actually, Best Ever Had made me jump off the train. But
well, you should have stayed on because the train is very, very smooth. Very.
I was on
Drake. We
before
serving cognac.
Well, I was with Drake when he was still drinking 40s in the 6, I was that Drake.
But he wasn't smooth like he is now. I don't care if someone else wrote his shit. I don't care.
Okay, let's do it.
So, what do you think? Is Drake the Eminem of today? It says here, while talking about the Toronto rapper's success, Irv implies that Drake would be selling even more than he is now if he was coming up in the late 90s and early 2000s when Murder Inc. was at its peak. He also calls Drizzy a genius before claiming him to be equivalent to Eminem in today's era. He says, if Drake was in my era, Drake would be selling 15 to 20 million a clip. And I guess that means per album, or does that mean...
Yeah, that's what it means.
Okay. He explains the clip below. Do you realize this? So right now, he sells 3 or 4. If he is in my era, he'd be selling 15 to 20. I know this, so I'm like, once he does something outside the music genre, he's going to see how colossal he is. That nigga's colossal. He's a genius. The motherfucker's a genius, okay? Drizzy is for sure... Okay, we got it.
Right?
Keep saying genius.
God is spastic.
He's, dare I say, our Eminem of today. He's fucking Eminem. In another clip from the podcast, Gotti also talks about Eminem's verse on Renegade with Jay-Z back in the day, which we can talk about this in a second because I forgot how good both of those verses were. And I was like, oh my God.
They body both of them.
Oh my God.
And he says it.
embodied Hove on that track. Absolutely, he did. Although he received a lot of backlash for the comments, the hip hop mogul clarifies on Instagram that he was drunk and high during the. Oh, stop it! Just say Eminem was better than Jay-Z on that track because he was. Not that it really matters, but that's just who Eminem is. Eminem is better than everyone on everything. Mm-hmm. I can't think of one song that featured like another popular rapper where M just got outshined, like drastically outshined.
Can't.
What?
Not drastically outshined, but you might hate me for this. But,
go ahead.
What was that song with Drake, Eminem, Kanye?
Okay. Okay.
His verse was yawn to me. I'm sorry.
There they go. Pakistan.
Yawn to me, bro.
You're right. Okay.
Yawn.
I don't know if he wrote that verse for that song though.
Kanye actually bodied that song. Though.
He did.
Drake was like a 1A.
Mm-hmm.
1 and 1A.
Yeah, and
then
then
his verse was kind of like
Wayne was. Yeah.
Wayne was like, come on, dude, seriously, the same thing you're talking about in every song. But Kanye bodied that. Bodied though. And it's not that he probably didn't write that either.
You think Kanye don't write his music?
Kanye writes like a comedian. Kanye writes his music like a comedian, like a movie. Like he writes everything like a movie. What do you think? Let me get some pieces, some collab, and put it together to make greater. He composes his raps.
Yeah.
He's not a 90s rapper who sits in the corner and freestyles and becomes an album like Jay-Z. Like he's not that dude.
Right.
Kanye composes. He thinks about. It'll take him 3 months to write one song. Because he's taking snippets from other songs and from other artists and from other things and putting them together. So I can't call him. I can't say he's not good at what he does.
What you're talking about, Drake or?
No, I'm talking about Kanye.
Okay, right.
Kanye, Eminem, or M. Obviously, he writes all of this stuff.
Yes, I can't imagine anyone else writing for Eminem ever for anything.
No. It might come out when we're old in our 70s, and it might come out that Royce probably wrote the first 2 albums. You know, that's why he has them around. You know, but I thought Royce was the hottest rapper out of Detroit.
Royce is dope. Royce was
I think
really
Royce
dope.
is literally like one of the top 4 or 5 rappers. I'm sorry, in this era.
Now remember, there's also Slaughterhouse, which has Crooked Eye. Was that what I was supposed to play last week? Yeah, that was last week.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find this song for 10 minutes.
Right. No, people, seriously. No, if you think about it, you're right. You're right. You got Slaughterhouse. That whole crew is dope.
Amazing.
But my ear, my brain, and like my senses relates to Royce better than anyone in the group. Now, do I think he's the dopest like lyricist in the group? No. I think Joel is the dopest lyricist in the group.
Okay.
It's just me.
I won't even argue because it's just like I almost want to say you have 4 of the same, and I don't mean same as in the same, but 4 MCs in the same range.
Yeah.
So it's like it doesn't matter who you pick. You can say Crooked Eye is better than Joel. I'll be like, okay.
I understand.
Okay.
I understand. But sometimes I think Crooked Eye gets a little lazy on the mic. He gets a little lazy. I'm sorry if his boys are watching right down the street. Don't come for me.
I'm wearing blue. Don't shoot me.
I think my personal opinion. I think Crooked Eye. Nobody wants to follow him.
No.
When he rhymes. No, in the group. No one wants to follow him.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But I listen to his other stuff, like outside of the group. You know, his stuff on Horseshoe Gang.
Psalm 82:6.
Yeah, like I listen to stuff like that. And I think he just like how they used to talk about Andre Johnson or Andre...
3000?
No. The ball player from Atlanta Braves. Back in the early 2000s. Andre whatever. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
The baseball player?
Yeah, the baseball player. Andre something.
Dawson, Andre?
No. That's
That was the Brewers.
That was the Bears or the Cubs.
Yeah, my bad.
He no. This was this era. He was in like 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s.
Andrew Jones?
Yeah, Andrew Jones. He was a beast out there, but everybody thought he was lazy. It's like no, he's just really fast, so he looks like he's running slow. He has a crazy stride. He knows what he's doing. He's a beast out there, but he's like well he you know he's not his work ethic is terrible. No, he's just really good. His talent level is above everyone else. So when I hear Crooked Eye on something else, when he's with other rappers that's not at his level, He's kind of like,
I shouldn't bring it. What's it gonna matter? I'm just gonna outshine you. The songs won't stop.
Yeah.
I got you.
But when you with Royce bodies everything he touches. Like, if he's on something, he's gonna body it, no matter what.
You know, it's funny because I've heard Crooked Eye do songs with Yuck Mouth. I love Yuck. I've met Yuck Mouth. You know, from the
of course, yeah.
But he doesn't really bring it when I've heard him on Yuck tracks, right? I heard him do a track with Chino and Tech Nine. Fuck.
Yeah,
it's called Psychology.
Yeah,
it's called Psychology. It's about 10 years old. Because you have to bring it. Like
you have to.
You're with Chino and Tech Nine. Good luck.
Who's going? Right.
Who's going first?
Who's going first? I'm not going. Right? I'm not going first.
You go first. Who's going last? I'm going last. My album.
No, you're not gonna listen to what I laid out and then spit after me. No way. That started a rap beef that lasted for 10 years. LL Cool J and Cannabis. LL goes back and rewrites his verse. Like, that started a 10-year rap beef.
Bitch made, party of one.
Right?
Bitch made, party of one.
Right? That killed a career. That made him go to the army.
Wow.
Like,
that's where Cannabis went?
Yeah, he went to the army after that. In the Marines. He got bodied so bad that his career never recovered.
And then he was doing freestyles with people and reading
his rap. Yeah, he got bodied by disaster.
He kills everybody though. That guy.
I don't like him anymore.
You don't have to. I'll like him for you, but that guy, he's something else.
Oh, he got bodied by a female recently. Yeah. Not that means anything, but
but the way you said
official,
it. Now you sound like Cam Newton.
Yeah. Like, no, official. She killed him. Like, killed him. To the point where he got mad at the end. He visibly got mad.
Really?
And like he kind of pushed her too. He got mad at the end of that rap. He got.
There's a movie coming out. Who's in Disaster's in it?
Yeah, he's in it. Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it. It's called Body.
Yeah,
it's called Body. I can't find out when it comes out though.
No, it's already out.
Charlemagne's in it.
Yeah, Charlemagne. I don't know how he figures into it.
We got to go see it. You work tomorrow? I ain't got no job.
I work around here. Oh. I'm Mr. Mom tomorrow. The boys.
That's right. Because we need to go do Hammer and Nails, and we need to go see Body.
Hammer and Nails has to be a must, like really soon.
Yeah,
I
need this. Like I have to get this soon.
I need my toes done and my cognac and my cigar. Sorry, people.
I can drive. It doesn't matter.
We get toes and we get fingernails and toes done.
We've actually never gone before together. Have
no,
we?
No.
Not even like the little Korean places up where I live. No.
But we need to go to Mexico. That's where you really get it done.
I may not come back. I got a fat check the other day, and I may not come back.
I'm telling you, Rosarito, nothing like a 35-minute massage and getting your toes done.
And what else can a massage?
No.
It ain't worth it. Ain't worth it.
I'm talking about like they massage your calf muscle and your feet and everything, and then she does the pedicure. Whatever. Oh, it's nothing like that.
Well, maybe we'll
fall asleep.
Maybe, I don't know. I keep my wallet on the other side of the border. Just take some cash with me. I don't know.
I'm not driving my car. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
get stripped on the way down.
Right, while I'm in it. Nope.
What was that?
Oh, it's 11 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock?
Oh, it's on the old timer.
Yeah, the old timer, yeah.
Did you see my face, dude?
That's on camera, everybody.
I'm sure it is. Like, what the fuck? I thought it was rats. Oh, shit. We're good. That's too funny. Anyway, so Drake, new Eminem. I was telling my cousin this the other day. I said,
I could see it.
Drake would be. I said we could even go back further. We can go back late '70s, early '80s. You got Lionel Richie. You got same. Look, you can play a song like this, and you would be like, dude, this could fit in the playlist. Hold up.
I'm not gonna be a hater. I could definitely see Drake as being the new Eminem. Just like the Raiders on the 80s.
You can listen to this in the 70s. Maybe it's a little bit different vibe. Hold up. No, hold up.
But is Drake funk though?
There's some song I heard earlier, and I was like, this is so... Was this the one? No, it's not it.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Oh, this is nice. This is the one. Passion fruit.
Dodge says, "Why do I know you two?" He jumped because of the rat, not me, which really wasn't a rat. It was the sprinklers.
Why you sleep?
Wait, Dodge, don't you know Chris, or don't you like Chris Brown?
Oh yeah, he beats women.
No. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I know he does. Don't beat women. Even if they hit you, walk away.
He was young and dumb.
Same.
She told him she gave him herpes. That's why.
Well, doesn't mean you can hit women. Can't hit women, dog. Unless you got a gun. Unless you're gonna commit a mass murder in the church. You couldn't hear this in like 1978, 82.
82, I was 5, so I don't know.
Come on, dog. You couldn't hear this? With Eddie Murphy? My girl likes to party all the time?
What, after, before, or Roger Troutman?
During.
During? Like in the same playlist?
No, not same playlist, but the same era. Like, the same Lionel Richie to you?
It does. It does.
But
But I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Things you say.
I couldn't do it.
That's enough for my way, I can't let you know. I love this song, man.
But why are they comparing Eminem to Drake?
Sales and popularity. Because, you know, his singles are going double, triple, quad. You know, they're selling more than his albums, right? Like, I can sit here right now and show you.
Yes, Dosh. I used to argue with Chicken all the time about Chris Brown. And the only reason she liked him because he was light-skinned.
Of course. Yeah, I used to argue with her about that. After that nigga beat her ass, I was just like, I don't know why Serenity would let... Like, you can't listen to him anymore, baby. You can't do that.
She did not care. She would fight you over that statement.
We've come off and everything.
I did not say that.
I knew her for a long time. I know it's popping. I know it's popping. Look.
I'm not kidding. This is you right now.
Drake in the U.S. Views. Views only sold 1.6 million, all right? We're going to go to the singles on Views, all right? Hold up. We're going to go to the singles on Views. Where are the singles?
Yeah, but Dosh, you know what?
Ah, shit. We're not doing this.
Chris Brown came out with that documentary.
The one where it says it's not my fault for beating her ass.
No, he didn't. He did admit it.
He owned it.
He owned it.
But
I don't respect him for it, but he owned it.
But
No, he owned it.
yeah.
He literally owned it. It was. I mean, I'm not a fan of Chris Brown, but it was a good documentary. It was very insightful. You know. You always want to know who the person is.
Yeah.
You know. So it was very.
Wait, who the
insightful.
person is that's doing an assault? Or do you mean just in general?
I'm just saying, like, he's been in the spotlight for a long time.
Yes.
Who is this person? You know.
Okay.
Like, you know, just for research sake, like, who is this person? But at the same time, he did it for publicity for his 45-track album.
He ain't shit. Here we go. Okay, singles by Drake.
Not Drake and Chris Brown are beefing. So.
To the wait, so he didn't have any...
You need platinum?
No, I was thinking he didn't have any... Oh, promotional singles. Sorry, I went down too far. I was like, he didn't have anything from Views that was a single? But never mind. Okay, so here we go. Where's Views? Views.
Who likes Drake as...
He didn't have any views.
Who likes Drake as not as an artist, but as a personality? Like, do we even know who he is as a personality? You know?
I think he's probably more of a dork. I said this to my buddy a while back. I said, I think he's more of a dork than we think he is. Oh, I was telling Ashley. Because this is a guy who was on TV for so long. Probably grew up on TV, and now he's super popular. So he might do, like... And I'm not trying to say he's immature, but he might do, like, immature... high school douchebaggy quarterback thingies.
So
DMing people and say, hey, let me see your tits.
So is Drake like a Mac Miller? Is what you're trying to say?
No. More mature than that because he makes so much more money and he sounds more mature.
I think Mac Miller's still, what is he, 21 maybe now? I don't even know.
Oh, he has to be older than that.
I don't know. He looks old.
He was on like TBN back in the day as like a kid wannabe like Christian rapper.
Really?
And then he like had this switch. He like this switch where he just like, I'm gangster now.
He hit that switch like what's that white boy? White Iverson? What's his name?
Yeah, Post Malone.
Yeah, he used to do he did like a country cover, yeah.
Like Western music, yeah.
I was like, all right, whatever your thing is, like that's your thing, but how do you switch from back and forth?
He's coming out with a Western album. He said it.
There it is.
Those are his roots.
There it is.
Those are my roots.
Appropriation. Not appreciation.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I would put Drake up there. I would definitely put Drake up there because Drake has a work ethic that's unbeatable in this day and age.
I agree.
And Drake put out the blueprint. You don't need a label.
No.
You just need distribution. Put your money. Put your music out there.
Oh, here we go.
But I agree with Eric. Drake is probably more like a character. Like Drake is his persona. Like
okay.
what he puts out there musically, that's a production.
Here we go. We're looking right now at One Dance was a diamond single.
Are you kidding me?
Diamond.
I don't even know that song.
I need a one dance, got a Hennessy in my hand. One more time before I go high up, I was taking a hold.
I don't listen to the radio.
Oh my God, don't make
No,
me do
I know
this.
what you mean, Eric, like a persona. But I think he really is like that emotional guy. Have you ever read some of his tweets?
No.
He's like that. Like he does go in girls' DMs asking to see like boobs.
Told you.
And then gets mad when they don't show him. So
Told you.
he kind of is like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that could be him like, buying into his persona.
Could be. Music imitating art, imitating music.
Imitating life.
Yeah.
Music imitating art, imitating life.
All that stuff. Yeah. But yeah, dude, I mean,
but I don't
I'm trying to find a song for you.
It's hard for me to gauge that because I don't listen to the radio. But when Drake was doing mixtapes before he was radio, I would listen to it.
This is one.
I like your style. Okay, I heard this song. Yeah.
It's a dope song.
It is. But I didn't know it went diamond.
See, songs like this and like the last one, Passion Fruit, are ones you could put like in a singing kind of album.
But how did this diamond though?
Because you know what? Ringtones. But people just download it and make it a ringtone. My roommate is 60. He made it a ringtone for himself because his wife loved the song.
No, I'm not hating.
She's my age.
I'm not hating. I'm not hating. But if that's the synopsis, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If that's the synopsis, then he basically has more money than Eminem.
Em also produces his own music. Drake does not, so he has to pay producers.
No, you're right. He has to pay producers.
And he doesn't have his own label. Drake is on a label. Eminem is on Shady.
No, he's not on a label.
Shady Aftermath. Aftermath is the... Okay, Interscope,
Aftermath, Shady.
Right.
But no.
But he also has artists under him, too. So I think M's still going to have more money because he got 50. 50 was the payoff.
But 50 said after 50 million I paid, M was paid. After 70 mil, Dre was paid. After 80 mil, Ivy was paid. Jimmy was paid. So he don't want anybody to pay anymore. He's got a distribution deal now.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
But I mean, what about any of those old albums still? I mean, I wonder how...
No, they're getting paid off those albums.
That's what I'm saying. So,
but anything he makes from here on out is his.
Right. Yeah. I didn't mean that. I just meant that's a good line, good reference. I forgot about that. Yeah. What song was that?
I forgot. What song was that?
That was off of the Curtis album, I think. I think it was. Anyway.
Yeah, but no, but
Diamond.
But you brought that up.
Diamond.
But you brought that up. But Drake is independent. All he pays is distributor.
No, he's on Cash Money or not Cash Money. What the fuck is he on?
No, I thought he just had a distribution deal with Universal.
I don't think so.
No, because not with Young Money. He's with Cash Money, not Young Money. He's part of Young Money as like he reps Young Money, but he's on Cash Money, right? What it'll tell you right there.
Hold on, let's go to.
Yeah, Universal.
Oh, I totally missed that.
His music is released on Universal.
Before signing to Lil Wayne's Young Money Entertainment in 2009. Okay, wait, hold on. That song was amazing.
Most of them were
There it
independent
is.
projects.
Okay. Has been released on. Okay, so his music has been released on record labels Universal Motown and Universal Republic, along with subsidiaries Aspire, Young Money, and Cash Money. He has the most number one singles on rap songs chart with 15. And as a rap artist, he has the most number one singles. Okay.
He has the most number one singles.
So what we need to find out is who's Young Money currently signed to and who's on their roster.
Nobody, right?
That's how you see. That's how I get my answers on shit. Oh, I forgot what the thing was.
But nobody, right?
What do you mean? Who they're signed to? Look right here. Republic Records. That's their distribution deal. Parent company Universal.
Yeah. So.
But
he
Universal,
gets paid though. Lil Wayne isn't getting paid.
This label is an imprint of Cash Money Records, distributed by Republic. There is maybe like a Lil Wayne versus Baby thing going on right now. I don't know.
Because Lil Wayne's albums are being released under Cash Money Records and not under Young Money imprint. That's why.
I don't know. All I know is I know Drake is paid. 25 sitting on 25 mil. I don't know if that meant I've made 25 million in sales or if that means I've made 25 million dollars. Period. And I've paid people back.
We're on video, so I can't do full disclosure. But I know somebody.
Okay.
Directly, like a friend of mine, who knows Drake's manager, and she sold one of Drake's homes in Hidden Hills.
Where's that?
Calabasas.
Okay.
And she sold Drake a home in Hidden Hills.
Okay.
And I saw Drake's bank statement. He has the money.
Okay.
Like, he could literally pay cash for a $10 million house. So...
I'm just trying to get a cheeseburger.
So, he has the money. He could probably pay cash for more than a $10 million house, but I'm saying as far as like, this is money, throwaway money.
And that might just be one account.
No, that's one account because he's building a $25 million house in Toronto. So he wanted to get a loan for the rest of the money to build this house in Hidden Hills, to buy the home and renovate it completely in Hidden Hills.
Wow.
So that is one account. So he does have the money.
Yeah. So I think in terms of record sales, are they similar? Well, he's done more than Eminem in terms of this.
Eminem doesn't do promotion. He doesn't he doesn't.
But he also doesn't do super catchy songs like Drake does, because it's just different. Like, you're not gonna hear Eminem do a song like this.
You think Eminem?
It's not his thing.
Let's ask everybody. You think Eminem is gonna lose fans for what he said on the freestyle?
No. Oh wait, Republican fans?
Yeah. If you
but who cares
draw the line in the sand and F you,
Fuck
you know.
Yeah.
You think he's gonna lose sales? You think those people really buying his albums? You think those people really buying?
His album comes out like this week.
Yeah,
next week.
yeah. Is it this week? No, it's Tuesday, right?
I don't know. Hold on.
Do you think those people that are Trump supporters are really buying his album though? Like, real talk.
Mm-hmm. They might download like I do.
I don't think they're buying albums like that.
Where's the new album? Revival. That's the one.
When does it come out? I don't think they're buying albums, people.
I don't think many people are. I think they're downloading stuff a lot.
I don't know. When I mean buying albums, I mean like literally. Are they downloading the full album? Are they buying it?
Oh, I see.
Because if I like an artist, I'm gonna buy their album online. Like, I'm gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy it on Spotify. I'm not gonna buy it on YouTube, on Google or Tidal. Like, you should, but I'm not. That's not me.
Oh shit. Walk on Water, released November 10th, 2017.
Tomorrow.
I guarantee you it's probably out right now.
Look at you.
You don't know nothing, you don't see nothing.
Look at you.
Uh-oh. It's off site, son of a bitch. That's why I couldn't get to it. Maybe this is it.
I'm sorry, for you hip-hop fans out there or non-hip-hop fans, there's only one album I'm waiting on. There's only one album I'm saving and spending my money on in the next 12 months.
What is that?
And that's Muddy Waters 2. That is the only album I will spend money on.
That is that red band.
You know how many times I purchased Muddy Waters, the first one?
6.
About 6 times.
Wow, that was a lucky guess.
About 6 times, yes.
Why?
I was the only time I've ever been in line to buy an album at like a store as a kid and as an adult is 2 albums. Muddy Waters and Death Certificate. Ice Cube. Those are the only 2 albums I ever stood in line to buy.
Like,
at midnight.
Oh, like that, okay.
Like at midnight at the record store.
I did mine like that. I did mine like that. Machiavelli.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
E40 Hall of Game came out like the same day. And it was also, what was the other one? Mo Thug's Family Scriptures.
No. All Eyes on Me, but I didn't wait in line.
Oh, I stole money for that one.
He's like, no.
I found some chick's purse.
I didn't. Here you go. Stop it. No, All Eyes on Me.
I'm kidding.
No, All Eyes on Me.
Uh-huh.
I got somebody fired. And that's how I got my album. It was a girl who worked at Tower Records across from the bank that I worked at. And you know how they get the shipments the night before. I told them when they're opening up, when people wait in line, put one aside for me. She put 4 underneath the drawer, like in the register in the front when they were packaging albums. And I went in the next day and I bought my album. And I went and I was like, okay, I had a friend, like, she's not here. Where is she? She's not in the store. It was like, who are you talking about? It's like, I'm not going to say her name on here, but I don't know if she's on Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say her name. Starts with an A, it ends with an A. So.
Anna.
No, here you go. No, I ain't close. Starts with an A, ends with an A. So they were like, she got fired. She doesn't work anymore. I'm like, why'd she work here? Because she hid albums. She hid All Eyes on Me albums underneath the register. And I was like, oh, she did? Oh, no. You're not supposed to do that? It's like, no, it was a new album release that was out. All the albums would be on the shelf. When we open at midnight, people get them. They thought she was hiding them to steal them. And she was like, no, I wasn't hiding them to steal them. I was just hiding them, keeping them for my friends.
To make sure they got
an album, because I wasn't going to wait midnight. I was a grown man working,
Yeah.
I was 19, I wasn't trying to, be waiting outside.
That sucks.
So, long story short, the manager ended up giving me an album because I came like the next day or whatever.
Gave you or sold you?
Well, sold me an album. And he was like, we didn't put them back on the shelf. We didn't know they were there until after the fact. So he still sold me one of the albums that she hid behind the counter.
Why didn't he just hire her back? Like,
No, they literally fired her because of that.
Even though he still sold one from
Even though he still sold her from one album from behind the counter. And remember the CDs when they had like the long plastic thing on? Remember those back in the day?
I hated those things.
It was like,
it's so hard to take that off when you're trying to stuff it down your pants and walk out. Man, this thing is not working right now.
Oh, you got it up?
I'm trying to find the single, but it's not happening. I think Pirate Bay is just wow.
So put it like this, Dasha has a question. She said Trump supporters only half-ass support hip hop. Let's think about that.
There's redneck rap now.
No, let's think about that. What is really like the synopsis when it comes to rap? Who really supports? Who really buys rap music now? And lyrics. Is it white kids that define their parents?
White kids, but I don't know political affiliation. Excuse me, but I would assume most people who buy that music are going to assume or consume the same politics. Like, there's not one person I know who loves Rage Against the Machine and loves Donald Trump. I don't know how you can do the same.
You can't. You cannot.
You literally cannot tell me that you love what they represent and you love what he represents and not see the polar opposites.
You cannot.
Right. So
just like you can't listen to John Legend and love like Donald Trump, like you can't do that.
I don't listen to John Legend.
It's a hypothetical.
Okay, because he's probably kind of whack. Anyway. So yeah, I think Trump supporters suck.
But I love it. Rage Against the Machine told Trump 45, don't ever play our music at your inauguration.
Oh, he did, didn't he?
Yep.
Killing in the name of...
And who's the other one who committed suicide recently?
Who?
Chris, whatever.
Oh, that was my guy, man. That actually had me in tears, literally.
They told Trump the same thing. At one of his rallies, don't play their music.
I talked to my mentor that night, the day after he died, and I was distraught because that dude made music that spoke to my soul, album after album after album, and I've never been able to relate to any artist like that ever. And I only first really heard about Chris Cornell in 01, 02. But I knew about Soundgarden and Black Hole Sun, which is an amazing song everybody knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, this site's been kind of off for like the last couple of days. So
You're gonna laugh at me, but you know how like for like 10 years Beastie Boys didn't make music, you know, for a really long time
until Intergalactic came out.
Yeah. So I thought that that Beastie Boys rebranded themselves as Linkin Park.
I'm just gonna smile at you, bro.
Because I related to like Beastie Boys so much that when Linkin Park came out, I was like, this is like the same feeling I get, like the same angst, you know.
Oh, and that guy just died too, Chester.
Yeah.
He killed himself too.
Yeah. The same political charged music that speaks to like, you know, everyday people, everyday Americans. No, not Americans, everyday kids, you know, like everyday young adults and adults across the world. And I never fit in any group. Like, I'm not gonna be honest, never fit in any group. In high school, I was friends with everybody, like, literally. Like, I had people from every group hate me, and I had people from every group that I was best friends with.
Interesting.
But I never stuck with the crowd. Like, I got people that probably on here right now or listening or was listening that like I went to high school with that they don't even like know who I was, you know, because I didn't really fit a certain mold. I was in high school, I would just be myself. And I had people that were like really popular that would like make it their business to like talk about me. Like, oh, you don't have like, you know, these expensive jeans, these Jabot jeans, you know, Jabot and Guess and all that stuff. And I'm like, so what? Like, I go to work every day. I leave high school and I go to work.
And no one cares anymore.
Like, I take care of like, you know, I help out my sisters or whatever, do whatever, but, you know, this is what I do for a living, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't do what you do. Like, I don't have parents to give me money, or I don't sell drugs, I don't do this and that. Like, I have to go to a job. Like, I go to Dairy Queen, or wherever I was working at that time, Arby's, you know, 7-Eleven. Like, that's where I went to work. Like, that's what I did with my life. So I didn't fit in. And then I had, like, Asian kids who didn't relate to me. But then I had Asian friends, like Chinese, Laos, Vietnamese friends that I was best friends with because we related to each other.
Right. Yeah, you did say your neighborhood was pretty much Asian.
Yeah, pretty much, you know. Like, all the black kids, we hung around each other, but then most of my neighbors, like, were Asian. So, like, of a certain sort. So we hung out with each other. So we got to know each other. And then, you know, Hispanic kids that were like, you know, not from the diaspora, but that were, you know, from Mexico, like straight from Mexico, you know, immigrants. The language barrier was a thing. But the ones that were, like, from my neighborhood, like, we were best friends, you know.
Yeah.
You know. And then, like, I had a lot of, like, white kids in my school that were rich white kids who we didn't relate to each other. So it was like, you're over there, I'm over here. Like, you stay over there, I'll stay over here. We're good, but stay where you are, I'll stay where I am. But then you had rich white kids.
Still kind of segregated.
Yeah. Oh, my school was 100% segregated. Like, but there were a lot of white kids at our school that I was cool with. Like, go to their house cool. Like, kick it cool. Like, on a daily basis. So I never had that opportunity to, like, stereotype a whole group of people. Like, I couldn't do that.
Right.
My high school prepared me for life. It was predominantly white. It had an Asian community that was growing. It had a Hispanic community that was growing. It had a black community that was like a small percentage. But we fought hard for what we wanted. You know, what we received. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, we stood out. And then you had the uppity black people, so-called. You know, you had the black people who had money.
The upper middle class kids.
And then, upper middle class black people that didn't relate to you because you were poor black. And then you had the poor black people. My school was the exact representation of life, you know. Corporate world and life in general, or America in general. So.
Interesting. Kind of sounds like a little bit of how I grew up a little bit, just around the corner. Middle class black kid who dressed like he was lower class black kid.
Because I was trying to fit in with somebody, because there weren't many other middle-class black kids, you know?
Wait, I thought it was called Revival?
That's the name of the album. So Eminem's new album is called Revival. It comes out 11/17/17, which is supposed to be next week.
It went dark. We shut it down.
We're back.
We shut it down.
We're actually about to get out of here anyway, because it's been 2 hours, bro.
Over 2 hours. We
Dude.
did that thing. It doesn't even feel like that.
I know, but this is the 200. This is the 100 episode. So yeah.
100 episode.
Man, we talked about Trump and Hillary and Eminem and Drake, and you've got a new love for Drake.
A new love for Drake. I gotta go listen to the album now.
You want me to download it for you?
You're on camera, bro.
It's already downloaded. I already have it. I don't pay for anything anymore, guys. It's too much money.
I keep telling you, bro. You
I
are
spent
on camera.
too much money on Doggy Style and All Eyes on Me and Predator and Death Certificate. And,
Okay.
I mean, those
Let's
are
talk
all,
about that.
I love
Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Charge it to the game.
Having a Prodigy?
No, I'm saying charge it to the game. We spend so much money from like 89 to now on music that
I'm not paying no more.
we're not
I'm
paying
done.
no more. We're not paying.
I'm done. That's y'all's fault. It's funny, you said Charge It to the Game. That was the name of the Havoc and Prodigy album.
Yeah.
From 97 or 95.
But no, I gotta pay for who I love.
Yeah. I thought that too until I was like, I love Brother Ali, Atmosphere, Tech Nine, Drake, Eminem, Jay.
Oh, Tech Nine.
Kanye.
I went to his website and bought his album.
Oh, the Angelic?
Yeah. Like I went to I wasn't giving anybody money. I want to make sure Tech Nine got his money. Immortal Technique. I went to his website and bought his album.
Which one was that?
The latest one. The one that came out 15. What was it called? That one was
I don't
a
know.
beast too.
I don't know if I have that one.
Beast too.
Dude, I love this fucking song.
Ray J has a tech company. See, money gets you access to different things.
Tech company. Oh, I'm thinking like, ooh, Tech Nine, nigga.
No, he has a tech company, a real tech company.
Look, this is when you said Charge It to the Game. Look at. Oh, I was Charged to a Bitch. That's actually the first song on. And the album's called Kicking Game.
He meant game.
So I combined the two of the first three songs. That's why it's so funny. Did you listen to Havoc and Prodigy?
Of course.
Not only Mobb Deep version, I mean the West Coast version, Southside Cartel.
Oh, that no.
What?
I have to be honest.
The G's are on the move. Wow. Okay.
I have to be honest.
Man, these guys were out before Mobb Deep.
No, I know who they are.
And this is why it's just so funny. Like, you took their name and acted like it was all good. Like, really? Did you really think nobody would find out? Really? I hope they don't hit me. Okay, we're good. But I gotta say, they both were dope. But Havoc and Prodigy West Coast, I'm gonna play their stuff a whole lot more. Right. Trues Never Stop, la di da di da, la di da di da. Man, that shit was dope. Anyway, so I guess we're done, dude.
We're done, and we got to say salute to the black guy who won $52 million in the lottery, and he plans to rebuild his historic black community. Strong J.
It says Strong J?
I don't know why I said that. Kind of weird.
Was that the Eddie Murphy shit?
Is it? I thought it was from Living Color.
Strong J? Oh, wait, no. That was the name of, like, some actress. It was the Grace Jones actress, wasn't it? From Distinguished Gentlemen?
Yes, you're right.
How did I pull that one out of the... Hold on, let me get this out of here.
Right? A rabbit.
And the answer is...
Rabbit.
Oh,
Miguel Pilgrim. His name is Miguel Pilgrim.
Well, I hope he is not a... I'm almost sleeping in Miguel.
Wait, I'm confused. This was in 2010. Why is she posting stuff in 2010?
Who's that?
One of my friends. She posts pro-black stuff all the time, but I thought this was recently.
She needs to look it up and make sure it's actually true, because I know people post that shit too.
After winning $52 million lottery jackpot in 2010, Miguel Pilgrim used his winnings to launch his own real estate company, the Pilgrim Group, and invest in properties across South Florida. What? Now the successful businessman is committed to reviving Sistrunk Boulevard, a historical, notorious corridor in downtown Fort Lauderdale, once known as a thriving main street for African Americans. Get your money, dude.
How many years ago was that? 7?
Yeah.
We should check up on brother and see how he's doing.
Right? How's the Pilgrim Group going?
Mm-hmm.
Terrible name. But
I know, huh?
All right.
Especially for us.
All right, but I get it. That's your last name.
But anyway, thank you for joining me on the 100th episode of the KJ from OC podcast, featuring my man Tyrone Harris. We'll be back next week.
We will.
With more topics and articles that we're gonna read. Maybe. I don't know. I think I have lotion in my eye right now. I'm hungry.
Let's talk about the indictment of Trump.
He could be a diet?
I'm calling it.
What day? Monday? It'll be a good way to start the week. I have a feeling he's gonna end his office reign on like a Thursday or Friday because he's gonna give us hell for the whole week first. Someone trying to call you right now?
I know, right?
Jeez, it's 10:30. Go away.
Go away.
KJ, you spent too much money buying. Who's talking shit? What did I say?
Too much money, or they spent too much money.
No, someone said I spent too much money buying something.
Buying albums or buying
I probably did. I mean,
Tumblr porn sites.
You can't buy Tumblr porn sites.
It's free. I know it's free.
Oh, you spent too much money buying John B. I love John B. You guys dropped the camera twice. Yeah, we totally did. That's your fault. Anyway, God bless you all for being here. See you guys next week. Eric, once again, thank you for supporting me for 100 episodes. And you guys are all going to start meeting each other in like a month. So get ready for that. And in the meantime,
do like a group podcast.
That'd be we're gonna be Facebook Live
With drinks?
The day of my birthday and graduation. Like I'm gonna be Facebook Live all throughout the day. People are gonna be so mad that they weren't invited.
Yeah, they are. It's gonna be pretty crazy, man. It's gonna be pretty crazy.
Black Power. Here we go. Ending song.
He's walking out in cuffs. Please. Havoc and Prodigy. I'm tripping on the name of the YouTube channel, True Blue Cuz.
Definitely crip, huh?
No,
Wearing
not
blue,
at all.
don't shoot. Don't shoot.
Not at all. Not at all.
I'm out. Peace.